Hey everybody, it's Fox with Foxio Games, and this is a Fox First Scent of A Robot Named Fight. This game releases on September 7th, but I got a free pre-release copy from the developer for review. And let me tell you something right now, what the Steam page says about it is true. It's essentially a Metroid ripoff in many ways, but it takes the basic format of Metroid and adds to that a rogue-like procedurally generated randomized world, so that each time you play through you get something different. If you die, that's it. You restart your playthrough, and you go through and you do a lot of the same things you would do in Metroid. Like you go and you find the missile weapons, or you find some special power-up ability, something to allow you to get through the doors. And yet the doors in this game operate just like in Metroid. You shoot it with either your hand cannon, just like, Samus has in the Metroid series, or you shoot it with a missile, just like Samus has, or some other weapon. You'll notice here, I tried to shoot this thing, I saw it blinking, thought maybe I could break through, but it doesn't work. Neither the regular hand cannon blaster nor missiles work, so I had to find a third power-up in order to get through that. And there are some additional improvements to your character that you can pick up as you play through. Now you pick up health and also ammo packs for like your missiles and all that good stuff. Your basic blaster has unlimited ammunition, just like with Metroid. Again, looking at the Steam page, it does not shy away from admitting that it is shamelessly copying the Metroid formula. As you can see here, it says A Robot Named Fight is a Metroidvania roguelike focused on exploration and item collection. It's procedurally generated, labyrinths, and yeah, it plays just like Metroid, except it feels a little more stiff. If I had to make any serious complaint about the game, it would be that the controls just don't quite feel as polished and finely tuned as any of the Metroid games do. So unfortunately, you do feel like you're slightly handicapped by the controls. They're not bad at all. Like I said, they just feel slightly stiff, and at times you just don't quite feel like you have the speed and ease of control that you need to dodge all the attacks and enemies coming your way. The enemies tend to move very fast, whilst it feels like your character moves slightly slow. You can jump, and if you jump at an angle, you even do that little spinny screw attack style jump that Samus does in the Metroid series. You notice that you, once again, just like in Metroid, you shoot the doors and they pop open, and then when you enter into one of those open doors, it actually kind of scrolls to the next screen. Enemies in the game, however, are a little different. This has more of a kind of gross, gory aesthetic, and it does also have that more futuristic on a planet somewhere feel to it. So, not quite the same as the Metroid aesthetic, but you can see, the character, the way he moves, the hand cannon, the power-ups, the doors, the jumping, even how the enemies come at you and how you fight them, the power-ups, all this stuff very much is reminiscent of Metroid. Now, I will say that I don't think the Metroid formula actually yields itself very effectively to... I don't think I even got the... in this part of this playthrough, I didn't have the missiles, so I wasn't able to destroy that door, but that's a missile door right there. You can blow it open with a missile. I don't think the Metroid formula is best adapted as a roguelike. I think it would have been better had they implemented some element where you keep your power-ups and continue through, but then again, it wouldn't be a true roguelike if that were to happen. Boom! The rocket launcher. So they call them rockets instead of missiles, but hey, same thing, same difference, am I right, guys? I did have a lot of fun with the little bit of time I spent with the game. In total, I've spent about, I would say, 40 minutes playing it. I did get a little confused. I didn't even read the description before I first played through, so when I died and started over again, I was like, okay, I lost my power-ups. And then I was like, wait a minute, none of this looks like it looked before. Like, where did it put me? Am I starting over again? Did it put me in a new location? I didn't realize it was procedurally generated, so it was not going to be the same. And now we're going to skip forward here. I want you guys to see the boss battle. This is one of the first boss battles I encountered. It's actually pretty cool. It's a simple kind of boss design. As you hit the boss, it breaks into smaller pieces, and then you got to destroy the smaller pieces. But again, sticking with that very gory aesthetic, it almost reminded me of Splatterhouse, that series, if you guys know what that game is all about. It had that sort of gory, grotesque, monsterish aesthetic to it. So that's one thing that definitely sets it apart from the inspiration for the game, which, as we've mentioned, have I mentioned that this game is like Metroid. There's a counter at the top counting up. I don't know what that's entirely about. I haven't played it enough for that counter to actually do anything to me. So I don't know if that's just something for points, or if it reaches a certain point, if it kills you. I have no idea. But hey, this is a robot named Fight. I'm not a big fan of the name. I feel like the name makes it sound like it's a simpler, you know, kind of cutesy game. Definitely not a simple cutesy game. It's a little more complex than that. Have you guys tried it? And if so, what do you think? Leave a comment down below on Fox with Foxio Games, and I will see you guys next time.